for the few moments that we do have before Her Royal Highness comes into the marquee, maybe some thoughts on etiquette might help us out. So first of all, to help us with the courtesy, two guests, if you could come onto the stage for us. Fabulous. Now then, let's meet our guests. What's your name?
Ruby.
Okay, great. And what's your name?
Ruby.
Okay. Are you having me on? Is that really your names? Okay. How old are you?
7.
And how old are you?
7.
Okay, you can see what's going on here, can't you? And are you best friends?
Yeah.
And do you think the same?
Yeah.
And do you say everything the same?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now you're here because you won Gelder's Got Talent at the recent Gelder camp. What did you do to win that?
Gymnastics.
And I bet you were good, right? And also later on you're going to meet Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal. Now imagine she was here in front of us now, in front of you. Just show us what you would do, as you will do later on when you meet her.
Your Royal Highness, thank you for coming to Gelder Group.
Fantastic, that's going to go down well, isn't it? And before we let Ruby and Ruby go, they're of course going to help us, as they just did a moment ago, to get the curtsy right. So could you demonstrate for us the correct curtsy? Fantastic, well done. Ladies, if you would be so kind, demonstrate back to Ruby and Ruby the correct curtsy. Come on, a little curtsy. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, everyone. Well done. Ruby and Ruby, thank you very much. Well done, girls. But how about the bow? So, as you would expect from the Gelder Group, someone to demonstrate the bow. We're thinking, who could that be? We feel we probably need a Hollywood actor. You know, perhaps someone who starred in some of the Batman films. That would be quite helpful, wouldn't it? So, Colin McFarlane, if you could join us up here on the stage to help us out. Please welcome a Hollywood actor.
Lovely. Good afternoon. I feel like I'm suddenly at work. It's meant to be my day off. Okay, we're not meant to bow from the waist like this. We are only allowed to use the neck. So our necks warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit of, yes, marvelous. Yes, a little bit of that. Sorry, I'm just turning to Prince Charles. You didn't hear that. Sorry, Your Royal Highness. So, from the neck, ladies and gentlemen, just a little there. Yes, sorry, I actually moved the waist, sorry. I'll do it in profile. Here we are, just from the neck. And what you say to her? I know it's ma'am, and what you say, what's the actual formal address? If she speaks to you, if you're lucky enough to be in her presence.
Her title is Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal.
Just ma'am, as in jam. Okay, so ma'am, lovely to meet you. That's it. Have a lovely afternoon.
Colin McFarlane, thank you very much.
Well, Your Royal Highness, my Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you won't know me, but I am John Armitt and I am the Chairman of City and Guilds, and I'm delighted to welcome you here today. The relationship between City and Guilds and the Gelder Group actually predates the Gelder Group. Steve Gelder, who of course I'm sure you all know, is a prime example of a City and Guilds success story. He left school at 16 with no qualifications, but 2 ambitions: to become a professional footballer and to own a big home with a tennis court and a Mercedes S-Class on the drive. He didn't quite succeed at the first ambition. In fact, he said to me, just say I failed, John. But he did succeed with the second. And I think he would agree that it was his City and Guilds qualification that set him on that path to success. After completing his apprenticeship in bricklaying, Steve set up the beginning of the Gelder Group at the age of 22. Fast forward 26 years, and here we are today. Steve's own career has gone from strength to strength, but he still recognises the importance of education, training and apprenticeships within his business. We continue to work with Steve today. The Gelder Group is now an accredited City and Guilds centre. The apprentices take City and Guilds qualifications, and we were delighted when Steve joined our council last year, cementing that relationship between us. Last year, Steve won the City and Guilds Top Award, the Prince Philip Medal, in recognition of his highly successful career and his commitment to education and training. Ma'am, we were so pleased that you were able to present Steve with his award in your role as President of City and Guilds. And we're delighted that you've been able to give your time today to visit the Gelder Group and see for yourself the work that is being done to bring on the next generation of City and Guilds learners and apprentices. There's no one better placed to explain the work of the Gelder Education Centre than the students themselves. Therefore, please could I ask Callum Ellis, Jonathan Lutton, Ryan Medland and Jamie Thompson to please come up and share your thoughts with everyone here today.
Princess Anne honours guests, Gelder staff, parents, students and friends. Thank you very much for coming today to help us open our new school.
We would like to warmly welcome you all to Gelder Limited to celebrate this opening of the new Gelder Educational Centre.
Education at Gelder has come a very long way since piloting the virtual school, in partnership with Lincolnshire County Council less than 3 years ago.
Many students like us have passed through its doors, finding a way forward through difficult times towards a brighter future.
Unfortunately, and for lots of reasons, young people have insurmountable challenges which they may not be able to cope with at the time, and so problems happening in this too often leads to school exclusion.
There is a wide variety of alternative provision across Lincolnshire, but at Gelder we were able to work alongside professionals with business attitudes, which is important to success.
Gelder is different, Gelder is special. First, it is a place of work. Second, it is a place of understanding.
Gelder gives us all the time to take a breather, time to think things through, make our mistakes without the world coming down upon our heads, the time to learn about responsibility and accountability, but in our own way, in our own time, and in circumstances that are real to us.
This opportunity allows us to make a new start. We learn to manage our own behaviour and re-enter a world where people treat you with respect. A real world of work and business. This professional environment affects us. I hope a little of our freshness, agility, promise affects Gelder as positively.
From this more secure platform, we can advance with more confidence and start to tackle those difficult problems and learn those basic skills, which are the key to understanding.
We're proud to be students at Gelder and believe that this new re-engagement centre will prove yet to be another step forward on the road to a brighter future for young people like us.
Thank you all for listening.
Thank you, ma'am.
Follow that. Well done, guys. Well done. Your Royal Highness, Lord Lieutenant, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Ruby and Ruby, thank you so much for giving up your time today to be with us for this event. I've just had the pleasure of showing Her Royal Highness, the Princess Royal, Lord Lieutenant and Sir John Armitt around our new education centre. It's a centre we at Gelder Group are all very proud of, a dedicated building that both demonstrates our commitment to, demonstrates in a physical way our commitment to training and education that is filled with some very enthusiastic and very knowledgeable staff that I feel both proud to know and proud to employ. I have a strong belief that you become your environment, so we work very hard at Gelder Group to keep standards high. This is critically important with the work we do with children, so I'd like to take this opportunity to also thank our teachers Danielle Taylor and Reg Shaw for the work you put in. I don't know where Daniel and Reg have disappeared to. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And I'd also like to thank our partner Lincolnshire County Council, in particular Dave Thompson, as without your support our scheme of working with disaffected youths would never have materialised. So Dave, thank you. I don't know where Dave is. Is he here? There he is. Thank you, Dave. Ma'am, you've kindly agreed to open our education centre by unveiling this plaque, so may I now invite you on stage to perform this duty. Thank you. 14 to 18 is a very impressionable age, so the best gift you can give anyone during this period of their lives is aspiration coupled with a work ethic. This is what I was lucky enough to receive leaving school, with just a bronze medal for swimming and a cycling proficiency badge. It obviously did not come through the traditional education route. So I take great pride in the work we do with our disaffected or so-called disaffected youths, as well as the 51 City and Girls apprentices we currently employ. Now, moving on. The Gelder Group has recently been likened to a terrier dog in its approach to business. Fearless and not afraid to take on much larger organisations. This has been a good trait during the past few years as we've endured a tsunami of economic challenges that has devastated our industry and fostered within it a mindset of survival. This day marks the end of this mindset. During 2013 we celebrated 25 years of history and congratulated ourselves on surviving the recession. We're now part of an industry that has increased its output for 14 consecutive months and is forecast to expand by a further 30% during the course of the next 4 years. So today is about the future. Working in a rapidly expanding sector, what do we imagine the Gelder Group will look and feel like 3 years from now? How do we imagine people will be talking about us? Aspiration, enthusiasm of the youth and environments of high standards are all strong foundations and brilliant tools to work with. But builders still need and do work best with a plan. So ma'am, it would make me enormously proud if in a few moments' time you could do me the honour of launching our new plan. The Gelder Group's new vision and mission, 10 business initiatives and 10 group-wide initiatives that will stretch us and require engagement at all levels of the business. It will also ensure that we continue to do everything with the Gelder touch. This is our new logo that we're launching today. We are no longer Gelder Group. We are Gelder, everything in construction with the Gelder touch. And this is our 20 by 17 challenge. It's not a fan, but I guess it's been used as a fan today. 20 things we aim to achieve by the 17th of July 2017. With that aim, we will achieve them. It feels quite exciting, if not stood here a bit scary, in fact quite a lot scary. But it's what the whole company's focus will now be on and what we imagine people will be saying about us in 3 years from today. And in addition to this, our vision is to inspire a new generation in construction.
Thank you very much, Gelder. But can I say what a pleasure it is to be able to come and see for myself the Gelder experience, having had the opportunity to give you the Prince Philip Medal last year, having taken on City and Guilds from my father, who was, of course, a great advocate. But I think my background with a number of agencies, I was really keen to be able to take on City and Guilds because of the value and the respect with which it is held as an organisation. 136 years ago, city companies understood the value of the training for the skills for the future. Occasionally in between times, I think we may have lost some of that understanding, but City and Guilds has always been there, and I think it's always been the starting point for those who really wanted to acquire skills from the bottom up and had a plan. And it might not have been apparent when they first came, but I think the very fact that they were doing City and Guilds training and apprenticeships started to give them that plan. And today is very much a reflection of what can happen if you do it that way. So it's a real pleasure to be here to support what is not only a pretty good looking future for the company, but your investment in the future for so many other people, particularly young people, who haven't quite worked out what it is they want to do. But to have an opportunity to take up a working role will make it so much easier for them to do that in the future. You never quite know when that's going to happen. It's probably a mistake to assume that everybody could follow the same path, and actually you shouldn't. This is very much an appropriate way of responding to different people's rates of development. and the different ways in which they start to gain an interest, an enthusiasm for a skill. And you're giving them that opportunity. So thank you very much indeed for what, Steve, you as an individual have done, what you've built here as a company, and the standards that you have maintained throughout its growth, which is not always easy to do. But for your continued investment in training and the skills required for the future, stand out as a beacon for many other businesses. I keep saying there's no such thing as an unskilled job anymore, but there are different access points from which you can build those skills in order to build whatever future you want. This is a really important access point for many young people, and it does create an opportunity that are slightly too few and far between at the moment. So I hope lots of people will take away the experience of Gelder and what it's achieving here as a successful company, but as an understander of training as an integral part of what you do as a business. So a pleasure to be asked to join you today. No idea what's going to happen next. But if it is launching your virtual training centre, then I'll give it a go, because this is not attached to anything, so it must be virtual.